So for me, Christmas isn't Christmas without Die Hard, which is one of my favourite action films of all time, and Die Hard Trilogy on PS1 was one of my favourite games on the console and really made me appreciate the Die Hard Trilogy series of films. And the game was just awesome because there was 3 games in one essentially. There was a third-person shooter for Die Hard 1, there was a light gun game for Die Hard 2, and Die Hard 3 was this racing game where you had to defuse bombs. They were pretty cool, but one thing the trilogy was missing was trophies, but luckily I'm here to answer. Much like the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane trilogy, I'm treating Die Hard Trilogy as a series of 3 separate games in one package, so as a result, there'll be 3 platinum trophies available to earn in this title. And for today's episode, we're just going to be focusing on Die Hard 1 and its trophy list. So, of course, there is 1 platinum trophy for you to unlock. There are also 9 gold trophies to earn, as well as 4 silver trophies, and finally 2 bronze trophies for you to unlock. So, there's a platinum difficulty rating that I would give this a 7 out of 10, but it's definitely a 3 out of 10 if you use the cheat codes to make you invulnerable. So with that out of the way, let's fire up the PS1 and take a look at all of the trophies you can earn in Die Hard Trilogy's Die Hard 1. That's right, for this Christmas special we're going back to where it all began, at the Nakatomi Plaza, as John McClane tries to rescue his wife from a group of terrorists who've taken control of the building. So let's take a look at the 2 bronze trophies that are available in Die Hard 1. First up is the bronze Where's Argyle trophy, which requires you to complete the garage level in Die Hard 1. Now that is the very first level, which takes place in the parking garage at the very bottom of Nakatomi Plaza. So as you can suspect, with it being the very first level, it's quite a simple one. The design is very basic, it's quite an open area with a lot of cars and that there, but they do put a little bit of a movie sort of reference in with the terrorist van that they come in. But sadly, there's no limousine with Argyle, so that's why I decided to call it Where's Argyle, because he's suspiciously missing from the parking area. So as soon as you complete the level, you would unlock that trophy. Nice simple one to start with. Next up is the bronze trophy called Ho Ho Ho, which requires you to pick up the machine gun for the first time. And as you know, with the film, there's a reference there where he says, ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun, which he writes on the dead terrorist that he steals the weapon from. So as soon as you find that, whether it's off an enemy or from a pickup, you will unlock the Ho 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 bronze trophy for picking up the machine gun. So that's all of the bronze trophies out the way. Let's take a look at those silver trophies that we can earn in Die Hard 1. First up is a silver covered with glass trophy, which requires you to smash all of the glass in the lobby area of level 2. So this is the first sort of ground floor basically. It's the reception lobby area, and if you've seen the film you will know that an explosion occurs and it covers all the soldiers in glass, and there's a little joke there as the police chief shouts at John McClane. So I thought it'd be a nice little in-joke there. If you destroyed all the glass at the front, you'd get the trophy. So it's a nice simple one. The next up is the silver trophy called Don't Tell Carl, which requires you to kill the first boss in the game. And I think this happens on level 3. So it's not actually the blonde-haired, glasses-wearing terrorist that you would kill who had the small feet like it does in the movie. It's just a generic villain who has a red top. But I decided to have it as Don't Carl because he was the brother of the first terrorist you kill. So I wanted to make him the boss. But it's a simple boss. You just got to throw loads of grenades and keep shooting him. And as soon as he dies, you'll get the silver Don't Tell Carl trophy. Next up is the silver Bad Idea, which requires you to complete a rooftop bonus stage in the game. So after you play for a couple of levels, you'll eventually get a level which takes you right to the top of the building, and this is sort of a bonus stage where you have a group of hostages and you have to escort them to the helipad in the middle while killing all the terrorists, and then you have to defuse a bomb at the end. So once you've done that, you'll get the Bad Idea trophy. Next up is the Fists with Your Toes trophy, which requires you to pick up 50 health items throughout the game. So this is a reference to the airplane scene at the start where the guy tells him to make fists with his toes as soon as he lands and gets off the plane. So basically all you need to do here is run around and pick up the various health kits or cans of Coke or Fox Coke cans, and once you've done 50 of these, you unlock the silver fists with your toes trophy. And that is all of the silver trophies available in Die Hard 1. So next up is the 9 gold trophies that you can earn. First up is the gold Doing This 11 Years trophy, which requires you to beat that rooftop bonus stage while saving 100% of the hostages, so you'll get a few chances to play this level throughout your journey towards the end of the game. And you're basically required to escort the hostages all the way to the helipad and get them in the helicopter safely, all the while making sure you kill any terrorists in their path, because they will just gun them down. So you'll get a few bunches of hostages that you have to escort to the helipad before the helicopter takes off, and you have to then defuse the bomb in time in order to complete the level successfully. And when you do this, you'll get a level completion bonus rating based on how many survive. So the trophy requires you to save every single hostage, and this is actually probably one of the hardest trophies that you're going to be going for in the game, because these suckers are stupid and they can easily take a whirl, and you could end up seeing a terrorist come out of nowhere, so it is a pretty tough one. Next up is the Really Small Feat trophy, which is a much more simpler gold trophy for you to get, and it just requires you to kill 250 terrorists in Die Hard Trilogy's Die Hard, and that is a very easy trophy to get, really. I probably could put this number quite higher, because you'll easily burn through your terrorists. So once you get to 250 of them killed, you will unlock the trophy. Next up is the gold Shoot the Glass trophy, which requires you to destroy, shoot, blow up 100 panes of glass windows throughout the game. So this is another reference to the movie, in the scene where Hans Gruber and some of the other terrorists are fighting against John McClane, and Hans tells the terrorists to shoot the glass once he realises John doesn't have any shoes on. So I thought that'd be a cool little trophy to put in. So there's loads of levels and loads of chances to do this, loads of different panes of glass, and you've got infinite ammo in your pistol, so you can easily just clear an area of almost all the terrorists and then just run through and blow up all the glass windows. So it's a little fun one to put in. So once you've shot 100 panes of glass windows, you will unlock the Shoot the Glass trophy for your troubles. Next up is the So Many Floors gold trophy, which requires you to make it halfway up the building. So this is basically, I think, completing up to around level 9. I think that's about halfway if you include the garage level. So once you do that and get to that floor, you will unlock the So Many Floors trophy, which is just for completing half of Die Hard 1. So it's a simple trophy. It's more of a progression one to just say you've reached the halfway point and you're doing well, and here's a trophy. Next up is the Wanna Stay Alive trophy, which requires you to rescue 100 hostages throughout your adventure in Die Hard 1. So throughout each level you'll find multiple areas where there's a hostage. Sometimes they can be held up at gunpoint by terrorists, sometimes they're just on their own, and you've basically just got to walk up to them, and which will free them from their shackles, and then they will try and make their way to the lift area or stairs to exit the level. And once you see the little hostage rescue text come up on screen, you'll know that that hostage has been successfully saved. So once you do that 100 times, you will unlock the gold Wanna Stay Alive trophy, which is a reference to the line "Wanna stay alive, stay with me," which John McClane shouts out quite a lot in this game. Next up is the gold White Knight trophy, which requires you to clear the executive offices in level 7 of all the terrorists. So this is what I think looks like the area where Hans has that little conversation with Ellis, who tries to sort of smooth talk his way out of the situation, and eventually once he realises he's in shit, he sort of calls Hans, he says, "Hans, Bubby, I'm your White Knight." So I wanted to include that here because I wanted to get a nice little picture of Ellis and the trophy icons, because as you've probably seen so far, I'm using a load of the movie images, which is what I kind of think the game would have done back then. It would have used scenes from the film for the trophy icons. I think it's pretty cool. So once you clear the area of enemies and you get the bomb countdown, you would unlock this gold trophy for completing clearing the executive office of all the terrorists. So that's another story progression sort of trophy. Next up is Oh Shit, which requires you to kill 3 terrorists with 1 grenade. So you'll get lots of chances to do this, as terrorists often bunch up, especially when they all come out of lifts. And you can easily collect a load of grenades. So once you throw one and it blows up 5 in 1 grenade, you'll get that trophy. Next up is the Close Call John, which requires you to defuse an end-of-level bomb with just 1 second remaining on the countdown. So this is one that you might do naturally, or you might just have to wait and stand there and then jump to it on the last second. And once you do that, you'll get the Close Call John trophy. Next up is the Happy Trails Hans trophy for completing Die Hard Trilogy 1. So there's 19 floors, 19 levels in the game. Once you get to that 19th floor, you'll have a level as normal where you clear all the terrorists out, and then you'll have the final boss. And unfortunately, it's actually not Hans Gruber. It's just another generic-looking terrorist with the boss text over his head that you have to fight. So it's kind of a little bit disappointing here. They could have made a Hans Gruber character model instead of just the guy with the red shirt again. But oh well. While that is disappointing, we can still put Hans Gruber in it in the form of the nice little trophy icon where he's falling to his death at the end of the movie. So basically, once you kill Hans Gruber but not Hans Gruber, and make your way to the final bomb and defuse it, you will complete Die Hard and finish the game. And that's when you would unlock the Happy Trails Hans Gold Trophy for completing Die Hard 1. So if that is all of the trophies that you have unlocked, it would also be the perfect time for you to then unlock the Platinum Trophy, which I've called Yippie for unlocking every other trophy in Die Hard Trilogy's Die Hard. And you then get to see this really badly animated ending movie with John awkwardly limping out of the building. And that is it. That is all you get for completing the game. A little well done screen and then a John did good message. Bit disappointing, but hey, it was a fun little blast. So that is it. That is all the trophies we can earn in Die Hard 1, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and comment on the video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this, because we've got a load more of these videos that are already on my channel, and there's definitely more of these What If PlayStation Had trophy episodes coming up. And as it's Christmas, we're not going to stop there, as next time we're going to be taking a look at Die Hard 2 Die Harders trophy list. So until then, have a lovely holiday, Christmas, whatever you want to call it, and I'll see you soon.